Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Well, today we're going to talk about something totally crazy. We've got groups of people going into the tunnels under New York City, and you wouldn't believe what's down there. Before I get into it, appreciate if you'd like, share, and subscribe. It's a tremendous boost to the channel. All right, so I'm going to read to you guys what is under here and what's coming up, and I don't know. Maybe you'll make the same connections I am. I don't know for sure. I'm speculating on this. I've got one more video I'll play of people going into the tunnels, but let's hear a little bit about it first. The most recent case occurred in late May and early June of 2026, when the New York Police Department launched an investigation into a series of viral surveillance videos showing unauthorized groups of people prying open manholes to enter and exit the city's sewer system. Law enforcement and local businesses surveillance cameras recorded at least three separate instances in the boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens. At around 2 a.m., an auto detailing shop security camera captured three men dressed in waterproof hip waders and carrying flashlights. They pulled open a maintenance hole cover, descended into the sewer, and closed the cover behind them. They reportedly spent up to 3 hours underground before fleeing in a waiting vehicle as soon as they got on top again. Early on a Friday morning, a group of approximately 7 men, equipped with headlamps, shovels, and tools, were filmed popping out of a manhole in the middle of a busy intersection, narrowly avoiding passing traffic. Investigation details Investigators and police and sources believe that they're urban explorers. Now, I don't believe that for a minute. The police department in New York City has said that they've investigated and that there's nothing to worry about here. Um, Environmental protection scoured the tunnels and confirmed the infrastructure was not damaged, and noting that there was no threat to the public or evidence of nefarious or dangerous items left behind. I'm going to tell you what, though, when I've got 7 young men going down together and different instances of this happening, where they've got all the correct tools and the correct gear, because the gases down there alone could kill you. That starts to make me feel very uneasy about what's going on. And we all know New York City is the prime target. So what's under New York City? Beneath the streets of New York lies a massive, multi-layered subterranean labyrinth of transit networks, water infrastructure, utility grids, and historical anomalies. This hidden underworld extends down more than 800 feet into the bedrock, keeping the city above functioning. As far as transportation and transit networks, the subway system, there's over 660 miles of active passenger tracks, train layover yards, and maintenance tunnels weave beneath the street surface. Famous ghost stations like the beautifully preserved City Hall subway station, closed in 1945, sit just below active lines. There's railroad tunnels, massive computer arteries such as Amtrak, um, the transit's North River tunnels, and Long Island Railroad passages deep under the Hudson and East Rivers. The water and wastewater systems, um, over 7,500 miles of wastewater pipes, storm drains, and massive brick interceptor sewers handle over 1 billion of water daily, 1 billion gallons of water daily. The water tunnel 1, 2, and 3 are crucial water delivery tunnels carved directly out of solid bedrock up to 800 feet below the surface. Tunnel number 3 is one of the largest construction products in the city's history. The energy and utility grids steam network, okay, that's more than 100 miles of high pressure steam pipes, and they radiate from plants to heat and cool thousands of Manhattan buildings, thousands of miles of high voltage electric lines, gas mains and fiber optic cables run through the secure conduits managed by companies like Con Edison. There's a series of pneumatic tubes under there. There's also some shelters for World War II, but there's just a ton of stuff. The Atlantic Tunnel, built in 1844 in Brooklyn. This is widely considered the world's oldest subway tunnel, hidden beneath the streets. All right, so you can get an idea of the entire infrastructure for that city is right under your feet. An unauthorized attack targeting New York City's underground and infrastructure could cause severe cascading disruptions into the regional economy, widespread utility failures, and significant logistics challenges for emergency response teams. So it's an utter disaster if you do the wrong thing down there. They have camera networks set up to try and, let them know. They've got a special police force that pays attention to some of the entrances. The problem is there's a million ways in, and you can't cover them all. It says here, breaching or detonating explosives inside the aging commuter rail subway tunnels running beneath the Hudson and East Rivers would cause catastrophic flooding. So there's 100 different ways to cause an absolute catastrophe under that city. Now let's look at this. For America's 250th birthday, on July 4th, 2026, New York City will host the largest peacetime maritime gathering in American history, centered around a massive week-long festival called Sail the 4th 250. Anchored by a Saturday holiday, the city expects over 6 million visitors for a monumental lineup of historic ship parades, aerial military displays, and enhanced fireworks. See here, centerpiece of Sail 250, the core festivities take place on the water from the 3rd to the 8th, completely reshaping the city's traditional Fleet Week. 25 smaller ships will sail down the East River from Long Island Sound, passing under Manhattan bridges to anchor near the Statue of Liberty. The Naval Review, held on the morning of Independence Day, the U.S. Navy will host its 7th historic Naval Review. More than 53 international warships will participate in a solemn, time-honored military review in the harbor. Here's the deal. This is going to be the biggest shindig that has happened in New York pretty much ever. They're expecting 6 million people to travel to the city. And now I just want to show you one more video real quick. Given all that information, look what we have people doing currently, is just as often as the other day, the 7 people. I took the sound out, but look at these guys. The sound was annoying. It was like filler music. So as you can see, we've got guys with gear who are prepared, who are down there. They're all late teens, early 20s. I watched the videos pretty close to look for that. And I got to tell you, this should be sending warning signals in a literally fireworks pattern to anyone in law enforcement. We have cameras everywhere. This isn't a new thing in New York City. But yet we have never seen them go down in groups before like this to do it. We've never seen anything like this. And here, before the biggest shindig in New York City's history, we've got groups of what the police want to call urban explorers. Look, I buy the urban explorer if it's 1 or 2 guys. When it's 7 at a time that are getting seen, and just imagine all the entrances that aren't being recorded by cameras that can be reviewed. or that got saw by the owners of the businesses, because that's how this came out. I don't know, guys. I got to know what you think about this. But I'm looking at this and something doesn't feel right here at all. I wanted to bring this story to you. I think this could potentially be very important. Let me know what you think. God bless. Have a wonderful day.